The leader.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, in the absence of any observation, objection, or rejection, I rise to move for the approval of vote and proceeding of September 5th, 2023. The esteemed colleague, I so move.
Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleague, my name is Alami Wabiranji, Honorable Representative of the Lawrence of the State Constituency, as was moved by the leader of the House.
Distinguished honorable members, those in favor that the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 5th of September 2023 be approved by this honorable House, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Next item.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, item number 4 in the order paper is an error. Please stand it down. Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, the next item on the order paper is message from the governor.
No message from the governor.
Next item is announcement by the speaker.
Announcements. There's an announcement. The announcement is to inform members of the Committee on Foreign Relations that the committee will hold a meeting immediately after the sitting of today, Tuesday, 10th October 2023, in the conference room of the new Assembly Complex. The following honorable members should please take note: Honorable W.K. Akintayo, Honorable Y.O. Adebisi, Honorable A.O. Babalala, Honorable Mrs. O.M. Michael, Honorable Mrs. O.C. Olajide, and Honorable L.I. Jimo. Announcer of this announcement is the Honorable Chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations, Honorable M.O. Akonde. That's all for announcements. So it should be correspondence now. Petitions and correspondence.
The next item on the other paper is petition and correspondence, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we have, I believe we have a correspondence.
Okay.
Madam Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished honorable members of the House, this correspondence is from the Adewale Ojo dynasty, Bonka compound, Igbora. The letter is dated 25th August 2023. It is addressed to the Honorable Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly. It's titled Death Notification. I read. We regret to notify you about the death of our father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, Honorable Josephus Adewale Ojo, the Bonka and Jagumolu of Igbora, who died on the 9th of August 2023 at the ripe age of 98 years. Burial comes up between 26th and 27th October 2023. This is specifically to also notify your honor that Chief Adewale Ojo was a member of the Oyo State House of Assembly who represented Ibarapa Central constituency in the Second Republic, and up to his death was a community leader of Igbora. We hereby request for a special session on the floor of the Oyo State House of Assembly on Thursday, 26th October 2023, before we finally depart to Igboora for burial. Thank you. Yours sincerely, signed by Honorable Ademola Obafemi Ojo, Commissioner for Trade, Investment, Industry and Cooperatives for the family. Mr. Speaker, sir.
So that will be all for the correspondent. The next item, leader.
Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleague, next item on the order paper is matter of urgent public importance.
No matter of urgent public importance.
Next item is personal explanation.
No personal explanation.
We are now in the order of the day paper, Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleague. And the first item to be treated in the order of the day paper for this afternoon is presentation of 2022 annual report of Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission. OYHA House/10/10/2 pursuant to section 20 of Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission Law 2007 as amended, the chairman of the Assembly Service Commission is to present 2022 annual report of the Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission 4 January to 31st December 2022.
We will invite the Commission to present the report. Is the chairman and members of the House of Assembly Service Commission available to present this report? You're welcome. You can please proceed to lay your report.
The Right Honorable Speaker, sir.
And of course, sorry to break you. Maybe before you also lay the report, you can just give us a 5-minute brief of the activities, or 10-minute brief of the activities, while the rest remains seated.
Very well, Mr. Speaker. The Right Honorable Speaker, sir, distinguished principal officers of the House, honorable members, we appreciate the Honorable Speaker for allowing us to come forward to present a report as required by the laws guiding the operation of the Commission. And without much ado, I would invite us to page 9 of the report, which is the letter of submission. I am also obliged to present the year 2022 annual report of the House of Assembly Service Commission before this most respected House. The law mandates the Commission to present its reports of activities and performances in the preceding year before the House as prescribed under Section 20 of the House of Assembly Service Commission Law 2007 and as amended in 2018. I thank your honor. Yours sincerely. The summary: in the year under review, Mr. Speaker, the Commission carried out a lot of activities which are in tandem with the mandates of the Commission. And the whole essence of the activities of the Commission was tailored towards ensuring a smooth running of the House of Assembly and enjoyment of the operation by the members of the House of Assembly. And in the year under review, the following activities were carried out. We carried out the approval of to proceed on part-time studies from members of our staff because there is need for upgrading of the knowledge base of our staff, because the knowledge base is what gives the House of Assembly the opportunity to run effectively. In the year under review, 13 members of staff were allowed to proceed on various further studies. And of course, we also carried out the transfers of service. Some of our staff who were on secondment from the mainstream, for example, the Director of Admin and Supply of the House of Assembly and that of the Commission, they were on secondment before now, but in the year 2022, they opted to transfer their service to the Legislative Service, and theirs, among others, were part of the transfer that were effected in the year under review. Of course, we normalized the transfer, we also attended conferences at both international and national level. For example, the chairman of the commission attended the international conference which took place in Canary Wharf, United Kingdom. And we did represent the Oyo State very well, and it was a great opportunity for comparison of notes at the international level. And in the year under review, we also attended the National Assembly conference which took place in Kaduna, and we also attended so many trainings organized by the NEEDS as well as those organized by ASCON and IPAN. We sent some of our staff to some of these conferences at national level. Of course, the members of the commission as well attended some. And we assisted one of our staff who got married to change his name. She was a former Miss, and we effected a change of name to comply with our present status. Of course, the Science and Terms department was another department which we touched in the year 2022. We organized both theoretical training as well as physical training for them. Of course, the commission is not yet satisfied. We believe that that arm of that department still require a lot, and in the ongoing year we shall organize more training for the our sergeant at arms department. So we effected training of newly converted staff. Some staff who are not admin officer before, who are not officers before, who are sub-officers, they converted to the officers cadre, and after effecting their conversion, we also trained them so that they will be well equipped with the requisite knowledge for their present situation. And in the year under review, we carried out 15 plenary sessions, and where all these activities took place. And in part of publication, we also mentioned that we published the legislative scheme of service in the year 2022. We published the guideline on appointment, promotion, and discipline for the Oyo State Legislative Service and matters affecting legislative political aids. And of course, we also published the condition of service in the same year 2022. We regularized the career progression of some of our staff in the year 2022, and in our report we mentioned 3. And we also appointed the Director Legislative Matters, HAP, in the year 2022. That office was vacant before, but one of our senior legislative officer, Mr. Kainde, was appointed as the Director Legislative Matters, HAP, in that year. And of course, we also appointed Mr. The Sandra Terms was appointed in the year 2022 as well. We confirmed the appointment of 2 staff which we appointed to the printing press department, and there was also intercadre conversion of 16 officers in our service. 7 of them were junior, while 9 of them were senior officers. Of course, we took care of staff welfare in 2022. During the major festivals, we graciously, carried out welfare activities for the benefit of our staff and friends of the commission. And of course, we had some challenges as contained in our report. One of the challenges we have is shortage of staff. Mr. Speaker, sir, and the whole house, the House of Assembly at the minimum, from the audit which we carried out, required 292 staff at the minimum. But unfortunately, as we stand today, we have just 217, Mr. Speaker. So that is the minimum requirement of our staff requirement. But we have 217. That is the major challenges that is facing the House. And of course, the clerk of the House and myself, we trouble our head every day on ways through which we can navigate. But up to now, we are having that challenges, and the non-availability of
in your report, the total number of staff, I don't know, maybe it's for the assembly or maybe
for both, Mr. Speaker.
For both?
Yes.
Okay, but in the report, in that page 15, the total number of staff is 118.
188.
118.
In the House of Assembly. Then we have 29 in the commission. Okay, added together, it will be 217.
Okay.
That is what we have. But the minimum we require is 292. That is tightly managed. I'm very sorry, Mr. Speaker. I'm very sorry, Mr. Speaker.
It's allowed.
It's allowed. Thank you, sir. Then the second problem we have is non-availability of utility vehicle. Is another problem that we have. Of course, the bus we inherited is not. So many times we have to borrow the bus of the Right Honourable Deputy Speaker. The shortage of fund. We thank Mr. Speaker for the leadership and for what we have, but of course we need more to function more effectively. And strategic vision for the 2023, which we have started implementing. One is continued publication of working tools. Provision of utility vehicle, that one is still hanging. Recruitment into some important cadres also hanging. Continued training and retraining of staff. In this year, we have done better in terms of training and retraining than what we had in the year 2022. Our concluding remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House, the Commission under my leadership will not relent and will continue to put in more effort to achieve more of its mandate in line with the extant rules and regulations. The Commission will continue to give its total support to members of the House of Assembly, particularly the 10th Assembly, through provision of adequate and quality staff. And we appreciate the Right Honourable Speaker, we appreciate the Deputy Speaker and other principal officers of the House, including all the members of the House of Assembly, for your support over the years. And we also appreciate the Clerk of the House, all the management staff and the general staff of both the House of Assembly and the Commission. We thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I believe it's self-explanatory. Or is there any? You can lead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for that vivid and comprehensive report. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleague, may I move that this honorable House do receive the report as presented for further deliberation, question and debate about the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I so second as moved by the leader of the House.
Distinguished honorable members, those in favor that the House do receive the reports as standard by the Chairman House Committee, the Chairman of Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission and its members, say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Deputy Speaker.
Right, Honorable Speaker, sir. Since you have actually made it easy for us, it's self-explanatory. Okay, my opinion, because we have a whole lot to treat on the other people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, leader.
After appreciated the Commission for a job well done in the past 1 year, Mr. Speaker, I want to make some basic observation. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleague, when the report was being presented, they mentioned the area of Sergeant at Arm, that they were trained and retrained. But I want to appeal to the Commission that we should do everything necessary in order to upgrade our Sergeant at Arm department to the standard that they are operating in other sister houses of assembly. Mr. Speaker, you agree with me. Last time when we visited the Ekiti State House of Assembly, we were marveled by the appearance of their Sergeant at Arm department. Sergeant at Arm is not related to a single individual. It's a whole department. We were all kitted. We were all marveled as if we were in National Assembly. Similar thing we experienced when we visited Ghana National Parliament. So we want to appeal to you that everything needed to be done in order to upgrade this department. And Mr. Speaker, they mentioned the issue, when they are mentioning their challenges, they mentioned the issue of lack of utility vehicles. I want to appeal to you, Mr. Speaker, and all the other stakeholders in this assembly, that we should do everything humanly possible in order to alleviate this suffering of our people. Even the honorable member, whenever we want to go on tour, we will be looking from where we are going to get vehicle that will convey us. The one that attached to the Deputy Speaker that we used to hijack every now and then has been granted. That of the Office of Speaker has been granted. So the whole House of Assembly, we don't have a single utility vehicle. It is a shame on us, Mr. Speaker. We have to do something urgently about this one. And then the area of lack of inadequate staff, please, Mr. Chairman, please do everything possible to start the process now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I submit.
The Chief Whip.
Just briefly, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Gbenga Oyekola is my name. I represent Atiwa State Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with you. And I believe you also will agree that we have a very capable chairman at our commission. And I want to start on a note of commendation. Mr. Chairman and the members of the team, you are well done. I just need an education. What's the importance of page 14 to page 10? Which one do we believe? This is a public document. We are receiving the report of the House of Assembly Service Commission, and the report was well presented by the chairman. But there's another report on page 14. When would the executive present his own?
Okay, is that all the contributions from members? Okay, so the majority leader spoke about the issue of uniform and the preferred solution to the issue of the vehicles that would the House of Assembly should look into it. Not just the uniform, the appearance, the whole department of the Sergeant at Arms, not just focused on the maize bearer per se. The Chief Whip of the House also raised an issue of the secretary giving a report at the same time as within the annual report of the commission. So you can just answer those ones then.
Honorable Speaker, sir, distinguished members of the House, we thank Honorable Ikola for that observation. We have noted it with regret, and that shall not repeat itself again. Thank you very much, sir.
The Department of Sergeant at Arms.
The very relevant times, Mr. Speaker, sir, we promise you before in the early chamber of this House that before the year runs out, we will work with the clerk of the House. We will get something very extraordinary. We have been working on it before. That will be fitting of your state. That will be more than those other. No, what is befitting of your state? We will get it for our Sergeant at Arms. We have been working on it before, and we will get it completed before the year runs out. Yes.
Okay. All right. So there are two keywords: extraordinary and before the year runs out. We keep that into consideration. So if that is all, I believe the leader can.
Mr. Speaker and the same colleague, may I move that the report should be accepted by this honorable House and the content be adopted as a business of this honorable House. The same colleague, I just on it.
Mr. Speaker, the colleague, I take the point as made by the leader of the House.
Those in favor that the reports are standard by the chairman, Moyo State House of Assembly Service Commission, and it's the members of the commission, be adopted by this honorable House. Say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. You can take a bow and go.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, the next item on our order of the day paper is another report. Report of ad hoc committee that investigated petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on the recent imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council. OIHA House /10/11/23. Pursuant to the directive of the House on Tuesday, 18 July 2023, the report of the ad hoc committee that investigated a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on this imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council to be presented by Honorable P.G. Ojedokun, Balakwa Central and North Chairman of the ad hoc committee.
The chairman of the ad hoc committee that investigated the petition. Please present your report.
The Right Honorable Speaker, all other colleagues, I, Honorable Peter Gbadegeshin Ojedokun, a member representing Ibarapa Central and North State Constituency, the Chairman ad hoc Committee on Local Government and Rural Development, and Chieftaincy Matters, Report of ad hoc committee that investigates a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on the recent imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council. Preamble. Pursuant to the directive of the House at a sitting on Tuesday, 18th July, 2023, that the ad hoc committee investigate a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on Recent Imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council levied against the chairman Akinyele Local Government, Mr. Taurid Adedigba Jimo, and report to the House. The committee met with some stakeholders on Wednesday, 26 July 2023, with a view to carrying out proper investigations on the matter and making appropriate recommendation to the House. The committee met with some stakeholders on Wednesday. Dr. D.O.A. Adetoyebi, Head of Local Government Administration, and Messrs. Lamed Adeniyi, M.O. Ladele, and Majaro A.J., Directors, Finance, Director Administration, and Directors, respectively, were also represented at the meeting. Political office holders from Akinyele Local Government that were present at the meeting included Messrs. Taurid A. Jimo, the suspended chairman, Mr. Mustapha A. Latif, Tuji Adeleke, Michael Olufemi A. Olukule Femi M. Lamidi Taufik A. Adedeji Shina G. Jima Olaleye, Akawo Yinka, Odulami Ismail A. Lawal Motiu B. Ojelabi Oluwaseun, and Mrs. Audu Abibat B. Councillors, respectively. Other officers of the Ministry of Local Government that attended the meeting were Messrs. L.H. Aresi and F.G. Azan Akintayo, Director and Deputy Director Local Government Administration, respectively. Interrogation of the stakeholders by the committee. Mr. Michael Olufemi A., Leader of the House, Councillor Ward 7, one of the petitioners, was put on note and fielded questions from the committees. He alleged that since the beginning of their tenure as the legislative councils of the local government, of Akinyele local government, the chairman had never presented the budget of the local government before the legislative council for approval. He also alleged that the sitting allowance of the councillors have not been paid regularly. He further alleged that the chairman sponsored some talks to attack councillors during the sittings. The mace was taken away while some councillors sustained various degrees of wounds. He conclusively informed the ad hoc committee that the suspended chairman had never presented the report of the income and expenditure of the local government before the legislative council of the Akinyele local government since he became the chairman of Akinyele local government. Mr. Taurid Adedigba Jimo, the suspended chairman of Akinyele local government, was put on note and fielded questions from the committee on series of allegations leveled against him. According to him, the budget for year 2023 was duly forwarded to the leadership of the Legislative Council of the local government under the head of Councillor Mutiu Lawal, while the invitation of the Legislative Council for a formal presentation of the budget estimates was being awaited by the management of the local government. Mr. Taurid Adedigba informed the committee that the management of the local government was committed to the welfare of the councillors since they came on board. The regular payment of sitting allowance was fundamentally constrained by paucity of funds in the cover of the local government as a result of mega internally generated revenue situations of the local government. He further informed the ad hoc committee that the Legislative Council at no time requested for the periodic report of income and expenditure of the local government. On the instruction of Legislative Council meeting, he reiterated that he was not privy to any arrangement or action aimed at disrupting the legislative process of the Legislative Council of Aken local government at any point in time. Findings and observations. From the interrogations and interactions of stakeholders, the ad hoc committee findings and observations are as follows. The chairman did not at any time present any budget estimates of the local government before the Legislative Council for consideration and approval. 2. The Legislative Council did not request for any periodic report of income and expenditure of the local government at any point in time. The regular payment of sitting allowance of councillors in the local government was as a result of paucity of funds in the covers of the local government. The sitting of the Legislative Council in Akinyele local government was disrupted on 2 occasions by some thugs, but the sponsors of the hoodlums that perpetrate the act was yet to be established at the time of compiling this report. Recommendations. Arising from the findings of the ad hoc committee from the interactions and interrogation of the invited stakeholders, the ad hoc committee hereby recommends for the approval of the House as follows. 1. That Mr. Taurid Adedigba, the suspended chairman, Aken local government, having been exonerated from allegations levied against him, to be reinstated as the chairman with immediate effect. In accordance with the section 42(1) of Local Government Law 2001, as amended, the chairman to always present annual budget of the local government before local government legislative council, and the chairman, Aken local government, and chairmen of all local governments areas in the state to prioritize payment of sitting allowance of councillors in local governments. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to report.
the leader.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, permit me to appreciate the chairman ad hoc committee on local government and chieftaincy matter that looked to the crisis that erupted in Akinyele local government. So on behalf of this honorable house, Mr. Chairman, we say thank you for a job well done. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I want to move that the report submitted to be received by this honorable house and the content to be accepted and adopted as a working document for this honorable house. Mr. Speaker and his colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I so second as moved by the leader of the house. So I so second as moved by the leader of the house.
So we are adopting this. Those in favor that the report as tendered by the ad hoc committee chairman that investigated a petition titled Request for Legislative Intervention on the recent imbroglio to Akinyele Local Government Legislative Council. Those in favor that this report be adopted as a working document of this house, say aye.
Aye.
Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, the next item in our order of the day paper is a motion. Motion on the need to construct a bridge to connect Isale Alasa to Owode, Abogunde, and reconstruct the damaged Katangwa Akowonjo Bridge in Ogbomoso North State Constituency. OIHAM/10/11/23. That this honorable house take cognizance of impact of good road network in driving commerce and transportation with a view to organ the executive arm of government through Ministry of Public Work and Transport to set machinery in motion for the construction of Isale Alasa Owode Abogunde Bridge and reconstruction of Katangwa Akowonjo damaged bridge in Ogbomoso North State Constituency to promote economic growth and alleviate hardship of residents. Honorable O.M. Michael, Ogbomoso North.
The sponsor of the motion, please present your motion, Honorable O.M. Michael.
The Right Honorable Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Olubisi Margaret Olorunti Michael, member representing Ogbomoso North State Constituency. The motion reads thus: need to construct a bridge to connect Isale Alasa to Owode and Abogunde and reconstruct the damaged Katangwa Akowonjo Bridge in Ogbomoso North State Constituency. Note that I need to commend His Excellency, the Governor Seyi Makinde, for his results-oriented approaches in mitigating the havoc that flood causes on roads and bridges across the state. It is a fact that good road network is the movement of people and goods from one location to another, easily connect people and promote economic growth. This is why government at all levels invest heavily in the provision of good road networks and rehabilitation of damaged ones. Further note that during the rainy season, the intensity of heavy downpours have damaged the impact on infrastructures. More often than not, it results in the collapse of many roads, bridges, and culverts, cutting off various communities from one another. Therefore, the state government, as a matter of urgency, needs to put measures in place to ensure that investment made on infrastructure over the years is not down the drain. Aware that the people of 4 communities in Ogbomoso North State constituency, namely Isale Alasa, Owode, and Abogunde, then Katangwa and Nakuwonjo, have been cut off from several other communities due to collapse and consequent non-existence of the bridge leaking there. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues, there is an abandoned road construction project from Isale Alasa to Owode Abogunde, leaking Isale Ora and Owode. This project was abruptly terminated at Isale Alasa without construction of bridge that will link Owode and Abogunde. Before the commencement of the road construction, these communities were like one, with convenient access to one another. Today, as a matter of fact, the people of Owode and Abogunde have been cut off from Isale Alasa and from the only primary health center that serves the communities and other adjoining areas. Basically because it is situated at Alasa community. As of today, Mr. Speaker, residents of these communities who ordinarily were at a stone throw to another, finding it very difficult to access their various neighboring community. Avoidable deaths have been recorded and business transactions have been affected. These have been leashed untold hardship upon the residents and affected many means of livelihood. They further aware that the bridge connecting Katangua Akowonjo to Ajashe between Ogbomoso North and Surulere local government has also been damaged. These have continued to set the people of the communities backward in conducting their daily businesses. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is important to take cognizance of the fact that the damaged bridge has been in existence for over 30 years without proper maintenance. As a result, it's carved in due to pressure of use and torrential downpour. These has practically isolated the people of Katangwa Akowonjo from civilization. With commercial, education, quality health care, agricultural production, and other social activities being paralyzed. The condition of the bridge has caused havoc. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the interest of people of Ogbomoso North State constituency, urgent steps are needed to be taken. Observation. The chairman of Ogbomoso North local government took effort to provide quality for the residents, constructed a makeshift bridge which temporarily served the pedestrians. That makeshift bridge, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, has failed to stand the test of heavy downpours and as such has left residents in a very difficult situation. Then this results to number 1, commend the chairman of Ogbomoso North local government for his past efforts, which temporarily eased the stress of residents of Katangwa Akowonjo occasioned by the damaged bridge, and urge the executive arm of government through the Ministry of Public Works and Transport and other relevant government agencies to immediately set machinery in motion for the construction of Isale Alasa Owode and Abogunde Bridge, and so also reconstruction of Katangwa Akowonjo damaged bridge. Mr. Speaker, sir, distinguished colleagues, I beg to move.
The leader, we respect the Ogbomoso people more than to comment. Okay. The leader. Okay, sorry, any seconder?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I am Honorable Abidin Adeoye Ogundare, Honorable representing Ogoluwa Surulere State Constituency. I want to support the motion as moved by I want to second the motion as moved by Honorable Oluranti, Honorable representing Ogbolosho North. And I want to appreciate her for being proactive in this motion, because it's like someone is helping me to do my own job. Because of this Katangura Akuronjo to Ajase, because Ajase is located at Surulere local government. Look at this, the situation of things as this bridge is concerned. If you have the opportunity to visit that area, sir, Mr. Speaker, and my distinguished colleagues, you will also see that this bridge needs quick and urgent action for reconstruction. So I don't want to say much than to urge the executive through the Ministry of Public Works and Transport that they should come to our aid by helping us to fix the bridge on time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So it's seconded?
Yes, sir.
A motion has been moved and duly seconded. If there's any other comment on this, maybe we can take comment, and then if not, I can put the question. Those in favor that the resolutions within the motion of the need to construct a bridge connecting Isalelasa to Owode, Abogunde, and reconstruct the damaged Katangwa Akuronjo Bridge in Ogbolosho North State Constituency to be approved and adopted by this Honorable House, say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Next item.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, the next item in our order of the day paper is another motion. Motion on the need to urgently ensure evacuation of solid waste in Oyo East and Oyo West local government area to avoid environmental pollution, blockage of drainage, and outbreak of disease. OIHA Hence/10/12/23. The additional House takes cognizance of negative effect of polluted environment on human health with a view to urging the executive arm of government through relevant MDA to put measures in place in Oyo East and West local government area to remove solid waste to avoid outbreak of disease. Honorable Osi Rahman, Oyo East, Oyo West.
I will call on the sponsor of the motion, Honorable O.C. Rahman, to present his motion.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Olorunopoto Rahman, representing the very good people of Oyo East and Oyo West State Constituency. The motion needs to urgently evacuate solid waste in Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas to avoid environmental pollution, blockage of drainages, and outbreak of diseases. The House notes that waste management refers to various schemes to manage and dispose of waste. It can be by discarding, destroying, processing, recycling, reusing, and controlling waste. Further notes that waste management refers to the collection, keeping, treatment, and safe disposal of waste in such a way to render them harmless to human life and animal lives and the environment generally. It could also be said to be the organized and systemic dumping and channeling of wastes through or into landfills to ensure that they are disposed of with attention to acceptable public health and environmental safeguards. Proper waste management will result in the abatement or total elimination of pollution. Aware that the indiscriminate disposal of solid waste can cause environmental pollution, blockage of drainages, destruction of asphaltic roads, and outbreak of diseases. Further aware that waste have not been collected safely, and safely disposed of in Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas in the past several months. Streets in Oyo East and Oyo West local governments are currently littered with solid wastes as residents are forced to dispose waste indiscriminately because the waste compactors owned by Oyo East and Oyo West local governments are servicing some other local governments in the states. Oyo East and Oyo West local governments are not making any gains in whatever form by having the compactors servicing some local governments in the states. And that is a great disservice to the people of Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas. Observe that Oyo town does not have a dump site or a landfill. This has further made it difficult for the people of Oyo to properly dispose solid wastes. The closest to Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas is at Akinyele local government area. Further observes that lack of immediate action will lead to outbreak of diseases and poor representation of government in providing sustainable and efficient waste disposal system for the residents. Resolves to urge the executive arm of government through 1. The Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources to direct the consultants charged with the disposal and management of waste in Oyo State to ensure that the waste compactors for Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas are recalled from the areas in which they are being erroneously utilized and used in the two local governments. Number 2, the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources to ensure the immediate evacuation of solid waste in Oyo East and Oyo West local governments and ensure a sustainable waste packaging process is put in place. Number 3, to urge the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources to create a dump site or landfill in Oyo East and Oyo West local government areas for ease of waste disposal and management. Number 4, the Ministries of Information, Ministries of Environment and Natural Resources to embark on sensitization programs with a view of discouraging the indiscriminate and unsafe waste disposal in Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I beg to move.
A motion has been moved and seconded. The Chief Whip.
The Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, Benga Oyekola is my name. I rise to second the motion ably moved by Honorable Olonpoto Rahman of Oyo East Oyo West State Constituency on the need to urgently ensure vacation of solid waste in Oyo East and Oyo West local government area to avoid environmental pollution, blockage of drainage, and outbreak diseases. Mr. Speaker, I rise the second motion.
A A motion has been moved and duly seconded. Any contribution, amendments, or comments on this motion? Honorable Benga Ikola.
The Right Honorable Speaker, I want to commend my colleagues on this motion, and I would love the whole House to see this motion beyond Oyo East and Oyo West. It's a motion that affects virtually all local governments. Mr. Speaker, from the leg of the resolution of the mover of the motion, I want to add that Montana Oyo State Solid Waste Management Consultant be invited to come up and explain some things to us in this Alo chamber, Mr. Speaker. There are a lot of insinuation in our various local governments. I could remember, Mr. Speaker, waste disposal truck were bought through the state government to various local government, I think the 33 local government, excluding the LCDAs. But unfortunately, one would discover that all these trucks have been moved to the headquarters, I mean to Ibadan. When you see any contractor packing any waste management in any of the local government, you will see that they are private consultants being employed by the consultant of the state. It is not true that Oyo doesn't have dump site. We have two. But this man unilaterally condemned the two. We have one along the Obumasho at Ovameta. We have one along the Shen at Ojungodu area. But this man just unilaterally disqualified the two. We have some people working for him, being the consultant. But alas, we just see them, we don't see them. You see them today, you won't see them tomorrow. When you call them and find out what is the problem, they say the consultant has fired them. On what ground? On what basis? And Mr. Speaker, don't forget that we are producing waste virtually every minute, every second. So this Montana consultant need to be invited. And that's why I want to urge the House to add that leg. That is one, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, it is high time we try to educate our people. This issue of putting waste at the median of the road is not done by Mama Alata and Mama Eleja. They are the handiwork of the elites. You will see that when they are going to the office, they will pack their waste in their car. As they are going to the office, they will just drop it at the median of the road. This is too bad a culture, and we should discourage that. But I believe when we invite the man, we will tell him our mind. Other people from various constituencies will be able to say their own mind too. Mr. Speaker, I submit.
Honorable Loa Falcomi.
I represent Ibadan Southwest Conference 2, and I think the mover of motion is writing at the right time. But what I want to bring in, Mr. Speaker, sir, is concerning the way the contractor who are collecting waste are being subchanged recently, and if you are observant, sir, on your table are so many petitions written, while some are from my constituency and some are also on my table. They are challenging how they suddenly change them without any notice, even when their contract has not lapsed, and it's really hindering the collection of the waste across the state. And I want to add to this one, sir, that maybe we shouldn't only invite the contractor. The department managing the contractor in the ministry should also join the contractor to come and explain why the so-called agents that were serving before the new commissioner is sworn, why all of them were just changed overnight, and there are a lot of trouble all over, that their contract is still online, not yet lapsed, and they are changed with another person, why their money is still, they still pay for this year, so that all that will not also cause all this lack of collection waste at that time, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Tunde Kende. Chairman of Environment, is he here?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Remain speaking, Honorable Tunde Kende. I represent Akinle State Constituency 2. Mr. Speaker, and my dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, sir, I am Honorable Dawood Olalere, D. Aliami, representing Ibadan Northwest State Constituency. Sir, I appreciate Honorable Dawood for bringing this motion at this time. I want to emphasize on the issue of the blockage of drainage. We all know that in
This state, almost all local governments, all areas, they are complaining of bad roads. And majorly, the destruction of the road are being caused by blockage of
various activities of each of the ministries, departments or agencies within the committee, they also have in the back of their mind that they are going to give a report to the general house of the investigation that they are currently carrying on now. We also expect that this an additional recommendation or resolution should be within this motion as to say that the committee should also investigate especially the issue of the seizure of these compactors or solid waste management equipment that are domiciled within the local government that has been brought to the state government. We need to know exactly what the short-term plan, what the medium-term plan and the long-term plan is for this equipment. We also need to know whether there is any plans for the state government to acquire or purchase or procure more waste disposal equipment. We also need to understand whether there's also plans for the local government to acquire more waste disposal equipment, because it's with these equipments that we can ensure that there'll be proper waste disposal activities going on around the state. So all in all, what we are including within this resolution is to mandate the House Committee on environment further to investigate the happenings within the Ministry of Environment, especially as it pertains to waste disposal management within the states, either state or local governments. There's no part of the local government that doesn't belong to state government, and there's no state government that is not divided into local government. So they are all one and the same. We understand that concept, but the management of government administration within the state is what we are most worried about. So we've added, or we are just reiterating the point that the Committee on Environment and Water Resources should further investigate. Even I'm sure that this was part of their mandates earlier on, but we're just to make it clear that we're expecting a report on the happenings of the waste disposal within the state as it affects local government and state government, and the report will be welcomed as soon as they can round up the activities within the committee. On the other hand, it also goes to all other members to help present that all the committees that they are either chairing or they are a member of, they are expected that after their findings on their ministries, departments or agencies, they are to submit the reports, present the reports to the House, and then also lay the reports before the House so that it cannot become a general knowledge and as the leader will say, working document of the House of Assembly. It is very important that we know everything that is happening from the private-public partnership that's going on within the states, to the environment, to the health, to education, to every single aspect that is happening in the states. We owe it as a duty to present these reports to the people of the states that we represent. In so saying, those in favor that the resolutions as put within the motion, we've changed the topic of the motion to not only cover the Oyo East, Oyo West, but Oyo East, Oyo West, and all other local governments within Oyo State. We use that to honor the mover of the motion. And also, the resolution have also included that the committee should investigate of all the happenings within the environmental issues, waste management issues within the state, either from the local government point of view or from the state government, especially the disputes with the equipment between the local government and the state government. Those in favor that the resolutions as amended within this motion be adopted by this honorable House, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Leader.
Mr. Speaker and esteemed colleague, I rise to move for the adjournment of this honorable sitting till Tuesday, 17th of October 2023. We are adjourning for a long period as directed by Mr. Speaker in order for the chairman of the committee to conclude all their assignments, especially the committee that are saddled with outstanding B, to conclude all their activity on those B before Tuesday next week. So, Mr. Speaker and this colleague, I so submit.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion to adjourn the sitting to 17th of October.
Another motion under adjournment. I would like to use this opportunity to, on behalf of the members of the House of Assembly and of the, on behalf of all the staff of the Oyo State House of Assembly and also the Oyo State House of Assembly Service Commission, to pass a message of condolence to the leader of the House. He's our brother, he's our family, and at this point in time, we sympathize with him, we pray with him, we feel with himself and his family. We understand how strong you have to be in order for you to be here with us today, and we appreciate your strength. We are all heartbroken, but we know that God Almighty will definitely heal our hearts. God Almighty will strengthen you and your family. God Almighty will be with you all the way, and we accept everything that's happened as the will of God Almighty. And by God's grace, you shall not have any cause to regret anything, and you shall always know that we will always be here for you and your family, and we will give you all necessary support that you need in order for you to fulfill your destiny. We really love you. We appreciate you and your efforts in pushing Oyo State forward as the leader of the Oyo State House of Assembly for the 9th Assembly, and also in your capacity as the 10th Assembly. We were not really looking forward to sitting without you being in place, and I believe that it was one of the reasons why you yourself decided to come in at this early time. Not everybody can be as strong as you are, and we commend you for your strength and for your bravery at this especially very difficult time, and we pray that God will be with you every step of the way. We really our prayers are with you, our hearts are with you, and on behalf of the members and all the staff of Oyo State House of Assembly and all the people of Oyo State that we represent, we pass on a condolence message to you and your family, and God will be with you at every step of the way. Thank you very much, the leader, for being so selfless and continuing with your duty, and God will be with you and your family every step of the way. Thank you, and God bless you. On the other hand, I'm sure the leader has already passed the message to the members. The outstanding bills that we have, the energy bill, the other bills that are outstanding, we would like to clear all of them before we now start with the new bills. It is a source of distraction, and it is very important that we close that chapter so we can start a new chapter on the one hand. On the other hand also is the committee assignments given to all the committees within the House of Assembly. You are to investigate all the happenings within your committee and report back to the House as a report, and after that the House can now adopt those documents and as a working document, and then now chart a way forward on the actions based on your recommendation. So it's important that we have your report. It is important that you go out, do your investigations, invite whoever needs to be invited, investigate this matter, and then let's give a report back to the House as soon as any report is possible. There will be a very handsome prize for the first committee, the first 3 committees to submit. We are looking forward to having your reports, and we are looking forward to working with your reports. So God will help us through all that. That being said, a motion has been moved and duly seconded that the House do adjourn to Tuesday, 17th of October 2023. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.